Montville was looking to bounce back from last week's loss to Ledyard, but they ran into NFA senior running back Khaleed Exum-Strong Friday night. Exum-Strong ran for a pair of touchdowns in the first quarter, and then on the Wildcats' first passing attempt of the game, Juwan Johnson found Griffin Gooden over the middle to make it 20-0 early in the second quarter. Johnson contributed on the defensive side of the ball as well, intercepting Tyler Quidgen's pass later in the second quarter, and then taking it himself a couple of plays later to make the halftime score 27-0 in favor of NFA.
I think at the half, and when I looked at the stats, it was 300 to about 50 yards, I think, total offense, comparatively. So we were pleased.
They have an extremely good football team. They have 4 or 5 kids who play on the line who are as big and as strong as anybody in the area, and when they choose to play well, they're very good. And in weeks when they choose not to, they're not.
There was a scary moment early in the third quarter when Quidgen was intercepted by Joseph DiPietro. Montville's Tyler Price was knocked unconscious on the play and was taken from the field on a stretcher.
He's going to be okay. He had feeling and passed all the extremity tests and things. He was just he was knocked out on the field for a few moments, so they took the precautions. It's part of the game that has to be called correctly week in and week out. They put all these new rules in about the safety of the game and targeting and things of that nature. And part of the ruling is if it's deemed to be unnecessary behind the play, which we believe that it was. Right. And I explained that to the officials, and we think that they made a mistake in the interpretation of it.
Later in the third, no one fielded a Montville punt, but instead of downing the ball, the Indians were caught off guard when Ramel Pyers scooped up the ball and took it back to the end zone to give the Wildcats a 34-0 lead. Montville was flagged for several penalties after the play, resulting in the rarely seen kickoff from the 15-yard line. Exum-Strong, who went over 1,000 yards for the season, added his third touchdown of the game in the fourth to make it 41-0.
He felt slated a little bit, with the comments that were made. All the kids caught. I didn't read it until I get to the locker room. They already knew. The coach, So for him, I think it was just kind of a little validation that hey, that he's a pretty darn good back. He's not concerned where some people may rank him, but he was able to come out here. And we're right now, how many games we're in? 7 basically, and he's put on 1,000 yards. It might be 6. What 4-2? Yeah. 4-2. So 6 games he's put in 1,000 yards. That's pretty impressive.
Montville's Sean Peterson added 2 late touchdowns against the NFA reserves to make the final score 41-14.